are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. Buzelis out there with Zach Collins. Then there's Kevin Herter. Then it's Lonzo Ball. And it's White in at the shooting guard position. Ball against Ball. It's Bridges on the wing. Over to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Charlotte needs to get one up in a hurry. And Williams punches it home.
If you get any space, LaMelo will find you. So be ready.
Pass to Buzelis, who poked away. About a minute played here so far in the first. They set the screen. White for 3. Hits the three-pointer.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Yep, count it.
What a gentle shot by Ball. Not overpowering with his release.
Pass to Buzelis. White with a screen on Bridges. The shot by Buzelis, no good.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Bridges finds Miller. Here's Ball, plenty of space. And it's Bridges with the jam.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Here's Buzelis. Outside Herter. Pass to Buzelis. Sinks that one from the post.
Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis. Not shying away from some physicality inside.
Stolen by Ball. And now the Bulls in transition. Here's White, and out of bounds. Charlotte will have it.
There's one for the low light. Wow. I'm not sure who messed up the pass, but look, somebody did.
Pass to Miller. Plenty of space. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
The 3 from Ball. Doesn't go, and he's 0 for 1 from the floor. Charlotte leading by 3. Bridges passes to Miller. It's tipped.
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Outside Herter for 3. Knocks down the triple. And it's all knotted up.
Such a good facilitator. Ball has nice touch on that pass.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
Ball no good.
That's just a bucket. Like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
White against Ball. White, the pass to Herter. White with a screen on Ball. Herter from long range. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys build contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Okogie drills it from deep.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your 3, and I'll raise you another 3.
Now here's Ball. Still without a bucket. Herter can't hit. Here's Okogie, hounded by Ball. Ball outside. Miller outside. They get it back. Pass to Okogie. Miller with it. 6 on the shot clock. No good from outside. We've got 22 seconds left in the first quarter. Collins, no good. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Here's Okogie. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 3 assists now in this one.
The playmaking ability of Ball. So crafty and skilled at finding his guys.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time.
And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen from Charlotte?
Well, it looks like hitting the boards hard was an emphasis of their attack. They knew how valuable it was to do so.
Yeah, it's clearly a focus for them in this one, and no question that all the second chance looks are paying off.
So Charlotte ends up going with a new group. They've got Trey Mann, and it's Moore in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Hornets. RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There's an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far and the only All-Star game appearances.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Giddey finds Williams. Fires the 3. Williams with the screen. And it's Giddey missing. Hornets leading by 3. Takes it inside. Dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Three-pointer, Vucevic. And the three-pointer goes. Vucevic has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Pass to Moore. Back to Mann. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
Here's Giddey. That one goes. Count it.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Outside man. Down low. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Nurkic has gotten his first points in this one.
Yeah, in the paint, Nurkic can be a monster. He's got all the physical gifts he needs to dominate.
From deep, Giddey. The Hornets pull it in. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. And the fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, when you hustle on the break like he does, good things tend to happen.
All right, Grant, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA, you think?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? Now, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, a lot of change for this Hornets organization. New ownership, a new front office, a new head coach, some exciting new talent. They're renovating the arena and building a new practice facility. Other than that, not much has changed. B.A.?
Business as usual, Allie. Thanks.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Giddey passes to Dosunmu. This shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Dosunmu's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. We've got 1:13 left in the second. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
And there's the whistle. They'll pin that one on Nikola Vucevic. That's his first foul of the game. And Vucevic over to help. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. He'll have a jump ball. Here's Horton Tucker. Pass to Giddey. Now here's Williams. Let's go with a three. Buries it from three. It's a tie ball game.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
He didn't have his feet planted.
Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game now.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
And he knocks down the first one.
For your Hornets, Trey Mann, taking 2 shots.
It's both from the stripe.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Horton Tucker on the wing. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Outside band. Outside Giddey. 1 second left. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Charlotte on top, leading by just 2. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the Venom half-court shot drum line. They're thinking about the shot.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Trey Mann with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, even with the extra attention he's getting from the defenders, he's finding ways to excel.
He's just that good. You can plan for him, but he just makes great adjustments on the fly.
And so in the game for the Bulls, Kevin Huerter out there with Buzelis. Then there's Zach Collins, then it's Kobe White, and it's Ball in at the point.
Well, you see, the ability to get the ball where it needs to go is what really stands out regarding Buzelis.
Pass to Williams. And here's Miller. Williams, a screen on White. Clock at 4. Miller tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And you look at Matas Buzelis. Size, touch, feel for the game too, Greg.
Oh, B.A., he's a connector. We all love seeing those offenses where the ball doesn't stick. He's a guy who'll keep things moving.
The drive by Miller. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Personal foul.
Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Greg.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
Huerter, a screen on Bridges. Here's Buzelis. Outside Huerter. From downtown, Williams grabs the board. Charlotte has gone 4 of 8 from 3, a nice percentage. Back to Ball. Williams with the screen. Ball passes to Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Huerter, a screen on Ball. Pass to Buzelis. The three-pointer off the mark. The Hornets shooting has been spectacular. 67%. Just incredible. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Hornets lead by 2. The Bulls have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. It's Huerter on the wing. Here's Buzelis. Kicks it out to Collins. 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get off a shot. There's Ball with a 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. 3-pointer, Bridges. Here's Okogie. Oh, big finish!
Wow. Okay, I see you. Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim.
And with a smooth shot like that, I expect Buzelis to hit a ton of three-pointers during his career.
Williams a screen on Ball. No good from 18.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Pass to Buzelis. Now White. There's the 3. Oh, and that one, no questions. Powered it down.
And as we're starting to see more of Buzelis, his coaches want more of that. Just impacting the glass.
Here's Ball. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a 3-point play here. Neither team has been able to assert its dominance over the other.
Yeah, the struggle is real tonight. 7 lead changes and still in the third quarter.
A line change here for Chicago. Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff run.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
And Charlotte making a change here. Mann's checked in.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Williams' shot is good.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Outside man. Pass to Diabate. Here's Moore. Here's Diabate. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Now here's Williams. Guarded closely. Here's DeSumo. Outside Giddey. The 3. They get the rebound. Oh, deflected. And it's the Hornets on the break. Here's Diabate. Williams defending. Pass to Nurkic. Man with it. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Man's got 9. Now here's Giddey. Got it up. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. At the end of the third, the score is...
It's the fourth quarter.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And here are the Bulls now. They've got Jusuf Nurkic, and it's Moore in at the 2 spot. That's the Hornets 5. Back to Giddey. Pass to Horton Tucker. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Jeffries. Outside man. Giddey with it, and it's man picking him up. Pass to Williams. Outside Giddey, looking to get it going. Now DeSumo fires the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got his 5th assist in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
They've also been showing a standout play on the fast break, working as a team to create easy opportunities.
Clock at 6. Pass to Jeffries. And here's Nurkic. Fires from deep. They got the rebound. Diabate to the paint. And here's Nurkic. Here's Moore. Tries again. And the shot goes. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. From deep, Giddey. Counted from distance. And the Bulls lead by 4.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not.
First team foul. At the line for your Hornets.
That this would slow the action down. But with so many close calls in every game, the NBA was smart to adopt this challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
A big group substitution here for Charlotte. Mark Williams, he's checked in for Nurkic. Bridges comes in for Diabate. Brandon Miller's checked in for Moore. And LaMelo Ball is subbed in for Jeffries. And a new group getting ready for Chicago. Collins, he's checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for DeSumo. Herter's checked in for Horton Tucker. And it's Ball in for Giddey. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Chicago. Pass to Buzelis. The kick out to Ball. Here's Buzelis. 6 to shoot. Outside Herter. Here's the pick. There's Ball with a 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Man with it. Guarded now by Williams. Man, the pass to Ball. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul. The Hornets making a switch here. Okogie's checked in.
In for your Hornets, number 12, Josh Okogie.
Williams against Miller. Okogie, the pass to Williams. Now here's Ball. Ball with no fear. Ball with the rebound. Vucevic with it. The kick out to Ball. They grabbed their own miss. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Ball.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
The rebound by Bridges.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
The kick out to Williams to take the lead. Oh, the bucket's good, and he'll have a chance at one more. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss. See, it's easy to see why his teammates trust him. He's a leader on this team and loves coming up huge in the clutch.
Pass to Buzelis. Williams a screen on Bridges. To win the run. And Williams gets the bucket on the assist by Ball.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
With the way they're shooting, there's no need to look for any other shot. Just keep letting it rain.
Bridges passes to Ball. From deep. A shot that time not on target.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Here's Ball. And it's good.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Williams in the post, working on Vucevic. And the call is going to be an illegal screen.
Just lost his head out there. It might happen if you're pushing a little too hard.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Well, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Oh, clutch points from Ball. You can't forget he's 6'7", and that really helps him get shots off when it matters the most.
Ball passes to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Buzelis on the take. Yes!
His teammates look to Buzelis in the big moment, and he must be doing something right.
Okogie on the wing. Miller finds Ball. Back to Miller. Count it!
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Stolen by Bridges. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game.
Fans, please give a big round. And for your Hornets, number 11.
For the win! Oh, couldn't sink it, and we're going to overtime. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3. There's Ball with a 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Oh, automatic around the rim.
That nice quick transition play from Ball, getting out ahead of the defense and converting on the fast break.
Williams with the screen. Here's Herter. The kick out to Williams. Launches it. Nails it from beyond the arc. And the Bulls lead by 1.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Bridges finds Williams. Back to Bridges. Launches a 3. Connects from downtown.
And they retake the lead with a bounce-back 3.
Here's Ball. And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That'll be a 2nd foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Overtime just getting started here. Just about a minute in. And it's Bridges with the jam.
I just love the aggressive finish.
I'm thinking he's sending a strong message with that jam. Now Ball.
2 minutes remaining in overtime. 2 minutes.
Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Buzelis showing us he can do everything on the floor. Impressive in just his first year.
Ball passes to Okogie. Stolen by Ball. Herter against Ball. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Buzelis. Outside Herter. Just 5 to shoot. And here is Williams. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
Ball, a screen on Williams. The drive by Miller. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Here's Here's Buzelis. The kick out to Ball. Williams with the screen. Pass to Vucevic. Out to the right wing. Here's Buzelis with the clock winding down. Count it!
Oh, man. Massive points from Buzelis. Yes.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his third foul so far. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Now here's Ball. Oh, wow. Unable to get off a shot. They'll turn it over. Very unfortunate time there to pick up a shot clock violation. And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
And this is what it's all about. This shot could win the game. Not much time left, but they have just enough to execute a play.
Here's Giddey. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark. And so the big win by Charlotte.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it fake. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the beer. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat
All the time. Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and confident backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
So the next starting five, we've got Williams, Nicholas Claxton out there with Trendon Watford. Then it's Thomas, and it's Johnson in at the 2 spot. Now, here's Thomas. Pass to Watford. Johnson outside. Drives to the hoop, and the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Okogie. Miller inside. Johnson on him, and he makes that one.
And he loves that area. Miller can cause a lot of headaches for a defense with his ability from the mid-range.
Thomas feeling it out a bit. Rebound by Williams.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Clark with the Hornets. They were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. It was so unfortunate in that regard. And it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
Watford with it. Williams picks him up. Thomas passes to Claxton.
Boy, a really good shot blocker for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
Ball with the bucket.
He does not lack the confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
Thomas passes to Watford. To end the run, into the lane.
You know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible. You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
Over in the corner, Williams. Screen by Watford. Bridges against Thomas. And Williams with the basket on the assist by Bridges.
Boy, I tell you, Bridges is doing a nice job there, and his teammates appreciate when he looks to get them involved.
Johnson sets the screen for Thomas. A three-pointer is right on target.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Pass to Okogie. Miller with a wide open look. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
Hornets leading by 8. Here's Ball. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Ball, no good. Nets trail by 5. Johnson left side, and the call will be against LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo.
That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
56 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound in this one. The kick out to Ball. Outside Williams. Bridges outside. There's the drive. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
Well, I love the athleticism he brings to the table. Bridges can really score on the move and still maintain control of his body in those tight windows.
And the basket by Thomas.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Hornets leading by 5. Ball with it. Miller outside. Back to Ball. Good defense by Claxton. They're scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Hornets ahead. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Look at the fast break point total from these guys. I mean, they're really hustling, working hard. And those hustle points are showing up on the scoreboard.
On top of that, they're creating turnovers and taking advantage by converting on the offensive end.
So for Brooklyn now, they've got Sharp, D'Angelo Russell out there with Anthony Melton. Then it's Johnson, and it's Clowney in a power forward position.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Melton after the basket by Charlotte. Pass to Clowney. Now here's Melton. Now Johnson. Sharp with a screen on Williams, and Sharp has it in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Hornets leading by 5. And it's Moore penetrating. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. To the middle, here's Johnson. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
Orchestrating the offense like a vet. D'Angelo getting everybody involved.
Here's Mann. The rebound by Sharp.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
And Clark, on average, free throw attempts are down a fair bit in the last 20, 25 years.
Yeah, I mean, from a fan perspective, I think you compare a field goal to a couple of free throws. It's obvious, though, which is more entertaining to watch. You want to see guys score the ball in live action.
Buries it from three-point range. Nurkic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Hornets.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Moore in the corner. Williams for 3. A rebound by the Nets. Johnson, a wide open look. Drops in the tray. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
Nice pass from Melton. Solid job at getting it to his teammates.
Man uses the glass to finish the lane. And the Hornets lead by 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Hornets foul. Wendell Moore. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Johnson finds Sharp. Goes back up. Melton with the ball. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Charlotte leading by 8. Pass to Williams. And stolen by Sharp. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And he uses the glass on the layup. Russell's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, I tell you, Russell looking very comfortable taking on aggressive defense and getting the job done. That's good focus on his part.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. And the Nets with possession here. Following the bucket by the Hornets. That one good for 2. Johnson's got 7 points for the quarter.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
They get it back. Back to Moore. Takes a 3. They get the rebound. Nurkic kicks to Williams. Back to Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Williams finds Nurkic. Williams with the ball. Covered by Johnson. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Nets trail by 6. Moore with the steal. Good on the shot. Nets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Good work there as it goes. Clowney's got his first points in this one.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Diabate. Now, man. There's the pick. 6 to shoot. Misses the 3. And here's Johnson outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Please direct your attention to center court. Drum roll. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Keon Johnson really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Okogie misses. Nets trail by 4. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Now here's Williams. He has yet to score, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Defensive foul.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The Nets shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And I know the free throw shooting is an area they focused on improving coming into this season.
Levine just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Thomas with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Johnson. Count it. Good. Johnson's got 7 points in the game.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
The kick out to Ball. Pass to Okogie. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Second chance shot. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And Claxton throws it down.
I can't figure out why they aren't going to him more. I mean, he's scoring the ball well for him.
Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
That athletic ability gets Bridges to the rim there. He almost totally shrugged off the defense.
Thomas goes in. The Hornets pull it in. Williams has got 6 rebounds in the game. Miller's got room. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists in the game. Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball, and the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of, can he stay on the floor?
Williams against Ball. Shoots it up. Second chance effort. Bridges passes to Williams. Here's Ball. Back to Williams. Miller, that's for 2. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Now, how about this move by Miller? Using the pick and roll to create some space for himself.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. And it's in there. Okogie's got 7 points in the game.
Well, that is a very impressive, quick first step by Josh Okogie. Hard to defend that.
Williams sets a screen for Thomas. Fires the 3, and the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Williams.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
Now, here's Ball. And it's Miller atop the key. Out to Bridges. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. 9 points in the game so far.
No hesitation from Bridges there. He knows exactly when he should look to shoot it off the catch.
Williams can't get it to go. Charlotte leading by 5. Here's Bridges. Pass to Okogie. Ball with it. Looking to get back on track here. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nick Claxton.
And Ball really confident even amongst the big fellas inside, which is why he's able to draw these fouls.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. Pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
And the Hornets making a change here. Dan's checked in. The Hornets shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. And that one misses. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Russell lays it up off the glass. Russell's got 6.
Well, you know, this is just who Russell is, in my opinion, guys. A very assertive and confident player who looks to score the ball as much as he can.
Here's man. Takes it off the glass. Mann's got the lead back up to 10 now for Charlotte.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the rope.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Hornets lead by 10. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Johnson. Williams is out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Thomas in at the 1. Miller kicks to Williams. 5 to shoot. Here's Bridges. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Boy, look how easily Bridges shoots through the contact there. I mean, his mechanics are strong, as is his body.
Thomas outside. Rebound by Williams.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Paul with a wide-open look. His 3-pointers off the mark. They get a hand on it. Williams with the steal. Pass to Okogie. Back to Williams. Pulls up on the wing. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got 5 rebounds tonight. To the paint. Here's Watford. And slam dunk by Watford.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner. Secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Pass to Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. Williams has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets. Ball surveying the defense. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, that's a nice effort from Ball in the paint that time. Working hard to find a way to get that shot off.
Fires from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Ball's got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hornets.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
You know something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
The kick out to Williams. They swipe it. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Yes, sir. Bridges really asserting himself on offense, and when he's rolling like that, it gets his whole team fired up.
Thomas, it's tipped. Williams passes to Claxton. Here's Watford. Bridges with some nice defense. Charlotte leading by 13. Pass to Okogie. The kick out to Williams. And stolen by Williams.
2 minutes remaining.
Watford passes to Williams. Fouled on the shot, picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Kept alive. Bridges outside. This one for 3. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
It's Thomas outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Bridges got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Okogie misses.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Hornets leading by 13. Deep 2 from Ball. Rebound by Williams. The Nets have gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Hornets.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Miles Bridges.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Left side, ball. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and he lays it up and in. And the Hornets lead by 16.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Watford, that's good. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but
basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Now let's check out the starters for Brooklyn. They've got Trendon Watford, Cam Thomas out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Cameron Johnson, and it's Claxton in at the 5 down low. Now here's White. Pass to Herder, and that's a foul called on Trendon Watford. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Nets on D. There's Herder with the 3. And Watford pulls it down. Here's Thomas driving to the basket. Chicago with a rebound. Now here's Herder. 3-pointer. The shot, no good. Now here's Thomas. On target from range.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
But you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. Do you think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Now here's Melton. Collins with the defensive effort.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
There's Herder with the 3. That shot off. The Nets have gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. From deep, Melton. It's hauled in by Herder. Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from deep. 3-pointer, Buzelis. Claxton with a rebound. To the inside. Here's Watford. Back to Thomas. To the middle. Stolen by Collins. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Here's Herder. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Herder's got 5 points.
A mistake by the defense. You can't let Ball's teammates get open because he will find them. And setting the tempo with an assertive move, like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
There's Ball with a 3. Knocks down the triple.
Nice quick trigger from Ball right there. Good at sizing up the defense and knowing when to shoot off the pass.
Thomas, that's good. Thomas has gotten his second bucket.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out. Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Melton misses. Bulls leading by 4. Stan, it's hard to believe, but the Bulls have not won a playoff series since 2015.
Well, look, Brian, it's hard to win in this league. And when you're rebuilding, trying to find the mix that'll get you over the top is a difficult job.
Long way from those Michael Jordan glory days. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that. Now here's Thomas. He's got 5. Good D by Ball. And here's Chicago. They're on a 14-4 run. To the paint. And stolen by Claxton. Thomas outside. Hits the trifecta. Thomas has got 8.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Ball. Outside Herder. The kick out to Ball. Outside White. 5 to shoot. Nice look on this one. Herder. Great positioning on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Here's Claxton. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. And he'll be shooting his first free throw.
First team foul.
Free throw no good for Claxton. Bulls leading by 4. Here's Ball going inside. Herder from long range. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. He's got 13.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. No good. Would have counted had it gone. It's been all about Kevin Herder for Chicago. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bulls?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Another thing they're doing well early on is passing the ball, spreading it around the floor and feeding guys who are well set up to score.
Williams and Vucevic are inside. Ayo Dosunmu out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Now here's Giddey. They lead by 8. Biggest lead of the game. Williams passes to Johnson.
A great job to establish position and square up.
First personal foul.
Chicago has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Outside, Williams. Pass to Horton Tucker. The 3 is up. Here's Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
A player that seemingly inhales rebounds. Vucevic attacks the glass with great energy.
Here's Clowney. Williams defending. The floater. Here's Clowney. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint. But if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Now here's Giddey to the left wing. Here's Vucevic. Pass to Horton Tucker from outside the arc. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist. Horton Tucker's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, I mean, they put so much focus on Vucevic, it leaves a wide open man.
Here's Clowney. The 3 ball. And it's cleared by Vucevic. And here's the fast break. Williams with it. And Johnson picks him up defensively. Nets trail by 11. Three-pointer Sharp. Oh, got a piece of it. Williams on the wing. No points yet. A quick shot there. It's off target. And Brooklyn with possession here. You know, Grant, with the Nets, there was so much optimism just a few years back.
And it was just too bad to see things go south. It's a reminder that nothing is as easy as it seems in the NBA. Even with a superstar roster, things don't always work out.
Three-pointer, Vucevic. That one doesn't drop. And Williams has got the ball here for Brooklyn. They trail by 9. Here's Johnson. Outside Sharp. Here's Clowney. Three-pointer off the mark. Chicago has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this match. Giddey passes to Horton Tucker. Nails it from beyond the arc. Horton Tucker's got 6.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Here's Johnson. Deflected. And they get it back. Sharp finds Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Off target from three-point range. Bulls leading by 12. Here's Horton Tucker. No good on the 3. The Nets have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Martin misses. Chicago has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. Vucevic, a screen on Sharp. Williams' shot is good.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Nets trail by 15. Here's Clowney. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to belong to Nikola Vucevic. Brooklyn shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Giddey. Outside, Williams. There's the screen. Pass to Horton Tucker. Driving in. The kick out to Williams. Three-pointer, Vucevic. That shot, no good. And the first half now in the books. It's the Bulls. They're up by 10. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Kevin Huerter really making a difference here.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first 2 quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Kicking off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. DeAnthony Melton out there with Cameron Thomas. Then it's Cameron Johnson. Then it's Nicholas Claxton. And it's Watford in at the 4. Now here's Johnson. No made baskets yet. And there's the foul. It's on Kobe White. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Thomas against Ball.
The focus Ball brings to his defense is admirable. He doesn't let himself get distracted from covering his guy.
Fires for 3. And again, hits the Bulls from deep.
That's just excellent offense. If the defense is giving that up, you've got to take it.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ball.
Oh, they're lucky that pass was just tipped and not taken. Could have been worse.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And Brooklyn with possession here. It's a 16-point game. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
The kick out to Ball. Pass to Collins. This one for 3. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him. And it hasn't just been their stellar offense. Their defense has been effective as well.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
For 3.
Here's Ball. He's got 9. They set a pick. Pass to Buzelis. Now Huerter. Watford covering. Huerter can't hit. Nets trail by 18. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
We We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Claxton. Stolen by Collins. Beyond the arc. Kept alive. Outside Herter. The three is up. Back to White. Lets it go from deep. Connects from downtown. White's got 6 here in the quarter.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 11. And the Nets, another three.
Well, he's still battling, doing everything possible to keep them in this game.
Ball passes to Herter. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Collins finds Herter. Ball, a screen on Thomas. Herter from long range. Rebound Brooklyn. Thomas outside. The three. Doesn't go for him. Bulls leading by 18. Outside Herter. Collins with a screen on Melton. Herter gets the bucket. Brooklyn has gone 3 of 7 from deep so far in the third quarter. Melton passes to Claxton. Outside Johnson. Here's the three. Collins with the rebound. For Chicago, they've gotten 7 of their first 11 attempts to go in this half.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
The Bulls have gone 8 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter. White for 3. Three-pointer. Fires in the triple. White's got 9.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Lays out and out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball.
Substitution on the court.
Watford's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Giddey passes to Horton Tucker. From the arc. Williams grabs the board. Here's Martin. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a huge shot to beat the buzzer. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. A huge 24-point lead for them. And they've been shooting the lights out from the arc. All those threes have this poised for a blowout. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Talk about painting a magnificent picture with that dime. Just a great decision and a perfect delivery.
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Williams and Vucevic are inside. Josh Giddey out there with Dosunmu. And it's Horton Tucker in at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Offensive rebound. It's Martin on the wing. Pass to Clowney. Shot clock at 5. Here's Johnson. And he goes in for the dunk.
And that's why you don't give up on the glass.
Man, his efforts well rewarded right there.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
Vucevic gets the bucket.
The defense was just nowhere to be found. And because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
Clowney, good.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Horton Tucker off the mark there with a three. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And yep, it's good.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
There's a screen. Vucevic, the pass to Horton Tucker. Back to Vucevic. Drops in the three. Vucevic has got 6 here in the quarter.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Good play call and good execution. The offense running on all cylinders.
Pass to DeSumo. Takes a three. Counted from distance. DeSumu's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Johnson. Here's Clowney. Shot from the top of the key. Williams grabs the board.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
DeSumo outside. Here's Horton Tucker. Sweet little floater. And the Bulls lead by 20.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Johnson with a bucket.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bulls.
This team did a lot of things well tonight. Number one was passing the ball.
And it was a team that was in rhythm, and they just trusted each other to take the right shots.
Great touch there. It's just so tough to defend a floater like that.
And there's the screen. Vucevic gets the bucket. Vucevic has got 8 points in the quarter.
Should just about do it. Big time shot in the final stretches here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to let up, and I like that. Keep pouring it on.
Pass to Horton Tucker from behind the arc. Sinks the tray.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this win.
Williams misses. Martin against Vucevic. And here's Giddey. Back to Vucevic. Pass to Williams. Puts up a three. That's in there. Vucevic with the assist.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Johnson against Giddey. Johnson with it. They need this. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win, showing that they're the far superior.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm the menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the field. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla. Let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the beat. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
Defense looking for
back up and down doors. Fast basketball. These teams prefer to operate in the half court. They're very methodical, but fun to watch.
Hey, good basketball, regardless of the pace at which it's run, is good basketball. And with these two teams, movement, screening, high IQ offensive basketball, I'm here for that.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3. And the Bulls with possession. Here's Buzelis. The kick out to Ball. No good with the triple.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there. Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Ball with the bucket. For Charlotte, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise.
Here's Ball. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
It's a jump ball.
And so here's Charlotte. For 3, Bridges. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Bridges got 5.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
Horton Tucker, that's good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Yep, it counts.
Oh, it's exactly what you want to see from Miles Bridges. Assert himself, use that frame to convert through contact.
Pass to Buzelis. Horton Tucker in the corner. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 6.
Pretty dime. They are the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Over to the left wing. Okogie for 3. Chicago trailing here. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
All right, thank you, David.
2 minutes remaining in the
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Miller. 3-pointer. The basket is good off the assist from Williams.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His 3-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Buzelis with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. Ball from long range. Miller grabs the miss. Charlotte leading by 4. Ball with the bucket.
With the size he brings to the guard position, you love to see LaMelo assert himself down low.
Here's Ball, and Ball gets double teamed. Buzelis with the ball. He's against Bridges. Pass to Buzelis. The layup off target. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Hornets. Out to Bridges. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead. Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
The kick out to Ball. Outside, White. Looking to end the run. Pass to Buzelis. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And Buzelis continues to work on improving his three ball. When he's hitting from there, everything else becomes easier.
Ball no good. Here's a Kogi. That will count. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets with a 6-point lead. And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
And Charlotte looking at who they've got. They've got Trey Mann. Grant Williams is out there with Nurkic. And it's Moore in at the shooting guard. And here's Herter outside. Here's Smith. Tries again. He lays it in.
We know Jalen Smith wants to be around that offensive window. You've got to check this guy out.
Here's Diabate. And he banks in the layup.
Good job attacking. Those restricted area shots are what every NBA team is looking for.
Over in the corner, Williams. No good from outside. Hornets leading by 6. Here's Mann. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. Breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Now off the inbound, and Vucevic throws it down.
He's got the size to make that an easy finish. Vucevic, deep position, and he's golden.
Knocks it loose. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Vucevic.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Giddey the pass to Vucevic. Here's Herter with the drive. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, you can see why his teammates love playing with him. Vucevic willing to find the open guy.
Back to Mann. Jacks up a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Giddey with it. Now guarded by Nurkic. Giddey kicks to Herter. Screen by Smith. Herter passes to Smith. Giddey with it. He's guarded by Nurkic. Pass to Vucevic. Puts up a 3. Diabate grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 3.
2 minutes remaining.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's Williams after the made shot from Nikola Vucevic. Mann finds more. And Doris, a new era began in Charlotte after Michael Jordan's departure as owner. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
2 shots.
And this is the time.
Under NBA rules, the officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
And it's Smith missing. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Hornets have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line, about 79% of their free throws.
Here he goes. Nobody near Nurkic. Trains the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 7.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Good. Josh Giddey's got 5 points now in the quarter.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
More with it. Williams picks him up. And Nurkic has it in the corner. There's 42 seconds left in the first half of the game. Oh, what a great finish as he gets bumped on his way up. He'll go to the line and try to tack on another.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the three. It's really that simple, guys.
And Moore kicks to Williams. Drops in the layup for 2.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Giddey the pass to Herter. Williams sets a screen for Herter. And he uses the glass on the layup. Herter's got his second basket of the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Hornets lead by 4. Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You look at Miles Bridges, he's been playing really well.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Kobe White is out there with ball. Then it's Buzelis. Then it's Collins. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And you can see the passing ability at his size. Buzelis is all for getting it to his open teammate.
Here's Ball. Out to Miller. Back to Ball. All sorts of time. Collins grabs the miss.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And Ball slams it in.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
What I love is the heart, the fire, the tenacity. This is absolutely fantastic.
Out to the right wing. Bridges sets the screen for Ball. Stolen by Collins. And they're moving it up. Here's Horton Tucker. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Buzelis, no one around him. Drains it from beyond the arc. Now it's a 5-point Bulls lead.
Oh, smart pass there, setting up Buzelis in a position to cash in.
Hey, DB, we don't see a lot of them, but from what you have seen and heard, what can the Charlotte Hornets do better to improve their overall game?
Well, I think one of the things you have to look at is what are they doing successfully on the offensive end and what are their weaknesses? One of the weaknesses is drawing fouls and getting opportunities at the free throw line. To me, Kev, the best teams do a good job of getting easy points, whether in transition or at the charity stripe.
Here's Ball. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Now you love the tenacity right there of LaMelo Ball. Play through the contact and get the and one opportunity.
Charlotte shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Ball dishes to Miller. Ball up top. White covering, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And the basket by Okogie.
Now Josh Okogie off the dribble drive. Great composure. Wow.
Buzelis with the ball. He's against Bridges.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
1:32 left in the third quarter of the game. Kicks it out to Collins. White, wide open. He fires. That three off the mark. And here's Miller. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Okogie. Outside, Ball. Out to Miller. Pocket 6. Inside. Here's Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
And he's stroking it well, but he just hasn't shown the aggressiveness that they need out of him. Probably in front by more if he was taking more shots.
The kick out to Ball. For the three. Nailed from three-point land. Ball's got 5 points now this quarter.
And no doubt the release point is a bit unorthodox in terms of Ball's shooting technique, but man, can he slingshot it home from deep.
That one drops for him. 9 points for LaMelo Ball.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Pass to Buzelis. He takes it in to the left side wing. Now Horton Tucker. 10 points for him. Now Ball lets the three fly. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Got it up. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the fourth. We've got Williams. Nurkic is out there with Trey Mann, and it's Moore in at the 2.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Here's Mann. The shot from the low post is good. Mann's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Charlotte. Chicago trailing here. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Listen, he's going to get stronger, but you talk about guile and willingness to battle down low. Josh Giddey is more than up to the task.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Mann with it. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Vucevic. Pass to Giddey. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic. And the Bulls lead by 3.
That's outstanding footwork by Josh Giddey. Finishing the painted area. I can do that too.
Here's Diabate, covered by Smith. To the paint. Back to Mann. 4 on the clock. With some arc, count the basket.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to be better defensively.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Pass to Nurkic. Nurkic, a screen on Herter. Mann passes to Nurkic. It's rebounded by Herter. Chicago leading by 4. Smith with a wide open look. Another 3 for Chicago.
Yeah, Jalen Smith wants to stretch the floor. He's got a sweet shot.
Moore left side. Pass to Williams. Takes a 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he commits the intentional foul. Some changes for Chicago. Cruz Ellis is checked in for Smith. Kobe White comes in for Williams. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Josh Giddey. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
13 foul.
Charlotte on D. 7-point differential. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Chicago ball.
There's Ball with the 3.
Boy, that's great defense from LaMelo Ball. He has the length and the agility to be an outstanding defender. It's about learning to give it every single night on that end. Well, LaMelo Ball relishes these moments. That young man has no fear.
Pass to Vucevic. Now here's Herter. Covered by Miller. Vucevic the pass to Herter. Fires for 3. And the Bulls with another miss. Hornets trail by 5. Out to Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
High stakes moment, and Miles Bridges does not shy away. Go ahead, young sir.
Ball with it. Williams picks him up. Pass to Buzelis. Now here's Herter. Outside, Ball. And here's Herter. Clock Clock is at 3. Here's the 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Bridges. Money!
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
There's 37 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Buzelis. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Ball. Count it!
LaMelo Ball is never rattled. Doesn't matter how close the score or what the situation. This guy unafraid of big shots.
Out to White. The 3. Count it!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Here is Miller. Yes!
Can't afford these defensive breakdowns, especially down the stretch.
And right now, neither side can get a stop. Looks like both coaches will have plenty of material for the film room.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
And guys, it all comes down to this. One shot to win the game. They have just enough time to run a play that'll lead to
Richard, these teams like to slow it down and play their half-court.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating, but when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the 3 slot. Here's Ball, following the bucket by Brooklyn. Here's Okogie, misses in close.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Here's Thomas. Williams grabs the board.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Here's Okogie. Watford covering. Here's Ball. Nails the baby hook.
And I love how Ball will fight for it, getting around that inside physicality.
And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises to have never won an NBA title, RJ.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets finals teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Thomas outside. The floater, it's good.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Ball into the lane, and Ball throws it down.
Don't blink. Ball will blow your doors off.
Thomas outside. Watford outside. To the inside. Claxton passes to Watford. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. Brooklyn shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And he makes the first.
Shooting 2. Brendan Watford.
And that's good as he hits both shots. The Hornets have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Ball passes to Okogie. Out to Bridges. And the shot goes in. Bridges has got 5. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Thomas passes to Watford. Thomas with the ball.
Charlotte foul. Josh Okogie. First personal foul. 15 seconds.
First quarter of basketball. Just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Watford gets the bucket. 5 points in the game.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
The 3 from Ball. Rebounded by Johnson.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
And you watch Cam Thomas. Talk about a scorer's mindset, RJ.
Yeah, he's a tough matchup. He's proficient and efficient from all 3 levels. He is as confident as they come.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Ryan, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie. Now here's Ball. He's got 6. There's the 3. Nails it from 3.
Fearless from beyond the arc, LaMelo has unlimited range and tremendous confidence.
Watford the pass to Johnson. Fires the 3. The shot by Watford, no good. Charlotte leading by 3. There's Ball with a 3. Claxton with a rebound. Thomas up top. The kick out to Johnson. Sinks it from distance.
You got to get out on Johnson, especially when he's roaming around these corner spots.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Miller outside. Pass to Okogie. Launches a three. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Thomas. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And they keep trading punches. Both teams in a groove early.
You have to think at this point the winner will be the one to settle in on defense.
Ball. The kick out to Williams. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. Now here's Thomas. He's covered closely. Johnson with a bucket.
Look at the release from Johnson, getting that shot off before the defenders can close out.
Pass to Okogie. With 1 on the clock. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's Cameron. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
I also like how they've immediately gotten out in transition. They came to run, and we'll see if they can keep it up.
This is how the floor looks for the Hornets starting the second. They've got Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Moore in at the 2 guard. Here's Moore. Melton covers. Outside man. Second chance shot. Soft touch off the glass.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Melton with the ball. Nurkic picks him up. It's stolen by Nurkic. And it's the Hornets on the break. Here's Diabate. Brooklyn pulls it in. It's stolen by Nurkic. Moore. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. There's a screen by Nurkic. To the wing, right side. 6 to shoot. Back to man. Another shot. Sharp grabs the miss. Nets leading by 3. Here we go. It's deflected. They get it back. Pass to Clowney. Back to Martin. Outside Sharp. Here's Clowney. Beyond the arc. Diabate grabs the board. Man with it. Here's Jeffries. He buries it from 3. Jeffries has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Clowney, defended by Nurkic. Clowney, good. RJ is playing at a faster pace. Work the same in the regular season as it does in the playoffs?
Depends on the opponent. Teams that like to slow it down and can be methodical in the half court can make it a slugfest. You have to be ready for that.
All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. And there's the foul. It's on Trey Mann. That's his first foul. Outside Johnson. Two shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
And put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Nets. Martin finds Johnson. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Here's Moore. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. For Brooklyn, they've got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Martin, the pass to Johnson. Martin against Nurkic. Jacks up a 3. Rebounded by Nurkic. Charlotte has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Outside man, Nurkic to screen on Melton. Pass to Diabate. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And that one's good. Sharp.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Grant, they could attempt a 2-for-1 here.
They could. The key here is a good look.
Out to the right wing. Here's Jeffries. And he lobs it up. Out of bounds. It'll be Brooklyn's ball.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
Brooklyn's gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Melton outside. Here's Sharp. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
That's the last thing you need to happen down the stretch. Let's see how they respond to the devastating punch.
And stolen by Melton. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Nets leading by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. LaMelo Ball with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
They've got Johnson, Nicholas Claxton out there with Trendon Watford. Then it's Williams, and it's Thomas in at the 1. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Now here's Ball. Here's Miller. And he misses the go-ahead basket. The Nets with the lead. Johnson passes to Watford. Outside Johnson. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 4 rebounds now. Out to Bridges for the lead. Gets the 3 ball to go. Bridges has got 8 points.
Yeah, the instant LaMelo sees the opening, he's moving the ball. He jumps at the chance to feed a wide open guy.
Here's Thomas for 3. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Josh Okogie, second personal foul. First team foul.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Thomas outside. And miss after miss right now. Hornets leading by 3.
Next foul. Zaire Williams. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Ball. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
You gotta respect the enthusiasm LaMelo Ball brings to his game. He thrives out here under the bright lights with all eyes on him.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Williams with the screen. And here's Thomas from the arc. Knocks it down from distance. Give him 8.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Bridges passes to Okogie. Ball outside. Got a hand on it. Now Thomas. Give him 8. Here's Claxton. And he gets that one. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Williams against ball. Pass to Miller. Ball outside. Three-pointer. Ooh, Ball dropping it in for 3.
And Ball makes the intelligent play, using the tried and true pick and roll to create an opening.
Now Claxton. Outside Johnson from deep. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Williams has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Bridges. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Trendon Watford.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Bridges hits them both. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
Last 2 minutes to play.
Thomas outside. Screen by Claxton. Here's the floater. Williams finds Thomas. The 3 is up. Drains the triple. Thomas has got 11.
Proving once again, he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Here's Ball. And Ball throws it down.
You know, when everything's clicking, Ball can steal the show. And we're seeing it right here.
To the wing on the left. Lets it fly. And it's Charlotte with another.
From Josh Okogie.
Nets trail by 6. Thomas outside. Pass to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Really seems like everyone in the league can elevate these days. And Johnson, well, he's no exception.
Screen by Bridges. And he's going for the oop here. Intercepted. Some room here for Williams. And again, it's Brooklyn.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. The lead is 2. Pass to Okogie. Here's Miller. Here he goes. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
Charlotte leading by 4. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Screen by Bridges. Ball outside. Bridges on the attack. Just 5 on the clock. Williams, a screen on Williams. Good chance here for Ball. Miller outside. From the arc. Offensive rebound. Okogie. And another shot. Williams from long range. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
That's an unguardable pass, flat out. Give him credit for possessing that type of vision.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And so in the game for the Hornets, they've got Trey Mann, and it's Diabate in at the 4-man position. Clowney, good.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Here's Mann. Yes, it's good.
It's winning time, and that's a winning play.
And there's the foul. It's on Trey Mann. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Nets trail by 3. Melton passes to Johnson. And the layup is good.
And you want him taking good shots at this point in the game, and that one was easy.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for them.
And that one's good, man.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game?
Here's Clowney. Back to Melton to tie it up. Hornets with the rebound. Diabate's got 5 rebounds in the game. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Pass to Johnson. Let's go with a 3. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside man. Here's Diabate. Johnson with a double team. Now Nurkic fires the 3. And no good. Here we go, one-on-one. Outside Johnson. Pass to Clowney. Hornets with the rebound. Now here's man. From deep three-point range. And it's Martin with the rebound. And now the Nets on the break. From deep, Johnson. No good that time. Charlotte leading by 5. Left side man. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Moore. Now Nurkic. Over to the left wing. 5 on the clock. There's a screen by Nurkic. Outside man. Here's Diabate. Charlotte, no good that time either.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Charlotte again missing. Nets trail by 5. Pass to Clowney to stop the drought. Pure from three-point range.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Man, misses.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
Melton, right side. Here's Clowney, defended by Nurkic. Pass to Clowney. To take the lead. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Diabate's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Man with it. Johnson on him. And here's Nurkic for 3. And it's Martin with the rebound. Brooklyn has gone 2 of 6 so far in the 4th. Johnson passes to Sharp. Yes!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
A huge play coming through when it matters most.
Pass to Diabate. He connects!
That's just smart basketball right there. Finding a way to get a high percentage shot on offense.
Here's Martin with the drive. But out of bounds. Charlotte will have it. So Brooklyn ends up going with a new group. And here are the Hornets now. Expect them to take their time this trip down.
Yeah, B.A., the clock is theirs to burn.
Ball surveys the floor. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on this. And with this game coming down to the wire, they're quick to use their coach's challenge. Asking for a review. This could be a big call.
Still disputed, even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
money.
And they just continue to attack, even late in the game, while they're up big.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
And stolen by Bridges. Takes a three. No good. And so it's the Hornets who come out on top here. And they barely squeezed out the win.
But eventually, I'll get there.
I'm a tiger on the loose, I'm a menace in the booth, I'm the medicine you're afraid to take. I'm the gasoline and nut and the devil in your gut that you're fighting just to keep it baked. Kinda like the view with the dice and me, top down with the rims and gold. So baby, pour me a drink, I'm gonna let out the freak beat back in the kiss. Let him run, let him eat, stone cold killer. Let off the steam. Let him bang on the streets like Godzilla.
nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. They've got Kevin Huerter. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's White in at the shooting guard. Thomas passes to Claxton. Tipped away. It's stolen by White. To the inside. It's deflected. Huerter finds Ball. Bulls moving the ball around. Pass to Buzelis. Good on the three-point shot.
And when it comes to the three-point shooting of Buzelis, we know he has the ability, but we need to see consistency.
Huerter against Thomas. Pushing it up. And then Buzelis with the dunk.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. And it's Johnson penetrating. And Brooklyn turns it over again. And great for Buzelis. Basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
Here's Russell. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And that's pro. Russell gets his man a little out of position and draws the foul.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Back to White for 3. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Nobody near Williams. His 3-pointer's off the mark. Chicago's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Here's White. Drains the 3, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That's on D'Angelo Russell. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And I also like how they've trusted one another with the rock, creating shots by keeping the ball moving. When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, if you can hit that with regularity, it opens up the floor so much more.
A floater. It's tipped.
Making good use of his length, Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Over in the corner, Williams. 6 on the shot clock.
First quarter.
Russell with a wide open look. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Oh, my man way beyond the arc. D'Angelo snatched.
Pass to Buzelis. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Buzelis has got 8.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And floating it in there, the smoothness, something you've got to love about Russell's game.
White, wide open, he fires, and they recover it. Ball from long range. Johnson with the rebound. Nets trail by 5. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Was able to talk with Jordy Fernandez for a minute. Dealing with Lonzo Ball's playmaking was at the front of his mind. He told me Lonzo's a tremendous decision maker, so we've got to be quick to close off the passing lanes. We can't let him create easy baskets. The goal is to keep Ball's impact as a playmaker down to a minimum. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Great open look there.
And Vooch knows he can hit it off the pass. I love his confidence and quick trigger.
And Russell gets it to go. He's got 12.
Well, I guess the simple layup wasn't enough. He had to add some flair to it.
It's stolen by Johnson. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Russell against Ball. Outside for Thomas. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Claxton against Vucevic. Pass to Herter. Here's White. And that one released in time, but no good. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Bulls, guys, what do you think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they've dictated the pace to this point, looking to run at every opportunity.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Zach Collins is out there with Williams. Then there's Taylor Horton-Tucker. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Giddey in at the point guard position. Chicago leading by 9. Pass to Horton-Tucker. Collins against Wilson. Shot by Collins, no good. Brooklyn's got 0-2 from deep here in the second. And stolen by Giddey. And stolen by Sharp. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
In transition, here come the Nets. And it's Martin missing. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Lets it go from deep. And the Bulls get it back. Pass to Giddey. Shot clock at 5. Dosunmu finds Collins. No good with the triple. Nets trail by 7. Now Watford. From outside the arc, sinks the three-pointer. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
Out to the right wing. That's a floater go. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
For Brooklyn, they had gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Watford passes to Wilson. Screen by Watford from downtown. Shots good by Wilson. Wilson's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Brooklyn.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, the Brooklyn Nets wasted no time hiring their next coach, Jordi Fernandez, shortly after the conclusion of last season. Despite his youth, Fernandez has been on the rise after stops as an assistant with the Kings, Nuggets, and Cavs, as well as coaching the Canadian national team. Kevin?
DA, we've been talking about Jordi Fernandez for a long time. Now his big break, and I'm very happy. I know we all are for Coach Fernandez. Hey, David, thank you. Dosunmu, the pass to Horton-Tucker. Back to Dosunmu. Pass to Horton Tucker. And it's Giddey in the corner. From the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Defended by Horton Tucker. Here's Wilson. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Collins. Good. The nice assist for Williams. And now it's an 8-point Bulls lead. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And nothing is falling for them right now. The Bulls have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. And finished off by Collins.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Williams finds Giddey. Here's Dosunmu. That 3 off the mark. Nets trail by 10. Misses the 3.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Pass to Wilson. Launches a 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for it. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. 13 points up. Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic out there with D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
Down on the block, it's Johnson with Claxton. Cam Thomas is out there with Russell. And it's Williams at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And Cameron Thomas picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Brooklyn on defense. It's a 13-point game.
Amongst the centers in this league, Vooch is perhaps the best jump shooter, so comfortable letting it fly.
Thomas gets a wide open look. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Takes the 3. And there's Buzelis on the assist from Ball. And that's 11 points for Buzelis. Fires from the wing. Buzelis grabs the board. The Bulls leading by 19. Herter finds White. And stolen by Russell. Johnson outside. And the Nets miss again. Chicago's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And it's White missing. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Over in the corner, Claxton. From deep, Thomas drills the three-pointer. Thomas got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. All right, Stan, hypothetical situation. Down 1, shot clock is off. If you could pick anyone in the NBA, who do you want taking that shot?
Well, I'm going to go back in time a little bit, Kevin. The guy who really made my career for me as a head coach. I'm taking Dwayne Wade. He was the best that I ever saw. Not only did he have the ability to make clutch shots, he managed the game clock as well as anybody I've ever seen.
The situation was never too big for him, was it?
Never was, and he's so smart in addition to being as talented as he was.
And at almost 7 feet, Buzelis is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And the Nets, another 3.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Russell, the kick out to Williams. Thomas dishes to Russell. Pass to Claxton. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
And Ball sets up his teammates when they're open, quick to whip it around. One of the best ball movers in the league.
Kicks it out to Johnson. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. There's a minute 47 left in the third. Horton Tucker, the pass to Williams. Collins setting the big for Williams. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Martin. The shot's good.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdul-Rahim says with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment was a success.
A huge success, DA. Thank you. Williams for 3. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got 5 assists in the game. .40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Martin for 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Down low. Great communication on the alley-oop. And the Bulls lead by 16.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion. Stupendous.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. From past the arc. The shot, no good. And so it's Chicago in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzers. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of the game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So for Chicago right now, Kevin Huerter is out there with Buzelis. And it's Kobe White, and it's Vucevic, and it's Ball in at the 1. White with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. The shot by Buzelis, no good. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for the Nets. They trail by 14. It's Thomas outside. Good, and the assist goes to Russell.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Yeah, classic block out. You love to see that. Taking care of the defensive glass.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And there's the drive. Here's Claxton, who's back up. Out to Russell. With the floater, And the layup is up and in.
Attention to detail is what's helped Russell improve his scoring ability every year.
The Bulls leading by 9. Ball, a screen on Johnson. Out to White. A 3-ball. And it's Russell with the rebound. Nets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Thomas, that's good.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy, but a rally like this is how you do it.
Right wing. Vucevic setting the pick for Ball. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Russell with it. Now guarded by Ball. Thomas's shot is off. Chicago has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. Hits the three-point bomb.
And when you're a high-usage player like Vucevic, you have to keep your head up and be willing to make the next pass.
Claxton, no good.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better look. That's one he's got to knock down.
The 3. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
Here's White. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan. Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof, but look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Vucevic. Now Buzelis offline with his 3. Johnson dishes to Russell. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Russell. To stop the run. Rebound by the Bulls. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Pass to Buzelis. From deep. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bulls.
They simply ran them off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Buzelis.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Ball kicks to Vucevic. Fires from way outside. It's hauled in by Claxton. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Russell feeling it out a bit. Driving to the basket. Pass to Claxton. Shot clock at 6. Here is Thomas. He's defended by Herter. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
The wide open look here for Vucevic. No good on the 3. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final.